This week's episode is brought to you by Sammy Social. Sammy Social will custom tailor your business social media needs. Our certified experts will work with you to develop a custom strategy to best suit your business. From original copywriting to content calendars, photography and videography, and social influencer coverage. We can do it all while keeping it original to your brand and your voice. Visit sammysocial.com and use code GenBlend for 15% off your first month of social media management. Again, that's sammysocial.com, code GenBlend for 15% off your first month. Sammy Social, because every post matters.
Welcome to GenBlend, a podcast about bridging the generational gap within marketing, hosted by Infuze.
Hey everybody, it's Stacy Devine with Infuze Marketing, and I'm the baby boomer of the group, as we've mentioned before. And today I have Megan Lawson with us. Megan heads up our social media and our digital media for us. Hi, Megan.
Hi.
And Megan's in our millennial group. So today we're going to talk about digital media and what the difference is between digital media and social media. Mm-hmm. Is there a difference? And I'd love getting Megan's opinion on this because Megan came to us as an intern and has groomed up through the ranks to become a specialist in this. So I always love hearing her opinion. So let's just get started. Megan, what do you say digital media is?
When I initially think of digital media, the first thing I think of is what the thing is. So the image, the video, the copy, the message that you're trying to portray, creating that piece of content. There's another way of looking at it as it being everything besides social media platforms. So it could be email marketing or online publications. But I think that there's grown a big difference in between media and social now. Media is what we're consuming, all the videos, all the images, all the interactive things that are on social media now. And social is the act of actually going on and engaging with people and doing community management and talking. I think that got lost in the big boom of social media where people are just posting and expecting their content to be consumed, whereas social is what it's called. It's social.
Or that was its original intent, I think.
Exactly.
An old bird like me thinks that digital media is really anything that's on the internet, right? So anything that's run through a computer in some fashion, in my old school mindset, is what I would call digital. And social media, you kind of led into it already, but when I think of social media, I think of, instead of information being pushed to me, I think of dialogue back and forth.
Right.
So similar to going to a networking event and we're there to hand out business cards and meet people. Well, in the social realm, it's that similar thing. It's that back and forth relationship interaction. Why do you think it's important to have a mix of tactics between digital media and traditional marketing to create awareness?
I think every business should be on social media using digital media tactics just because that's where the audience is now. 81% of the US population is on a social platform of some kind. 81. And it's something crazy like 90+% of young people are all on social media. So that's just where the audience is. So you need to be on there. You need to be tapping into that resource. But at the same time, there also needs to be a mix of the traditional media as well, just to give you that balance.
You have to have a good mix of both, but it's also knowing your audience. Because if you don't know your audience, you don't know where you're going.
Right.
So, you can agree that we've talked to prospects who've said, oh, no, we definitely want to be on social media. And we're like, well, who's your audience? And they say 55 plus. And we think, well, you might want to consider a larger spectrum of traditional marketing, radio, print, TV, versus social, because that's not really the audience that's looking for their business on social.
Right.
Touching base on a couple of things we've had come to our way as far as business opportunities. Generally, the people who contact us for those business opportunities are like 25, 26, 29, 30. And we say, how'd you find us? And they say, oh, Instagram post.
Right.
Or Facebook ad. Versus the people that we get that are kind of our broader base clients, our full service clients that are in their 50s. How'd you find us? Internet search, word of mouth. Not the same tactic. So there's a need for the mix because of who our audience base is.
The benefit to being on social media and using digital media tactics is you can be very specific about your targeting, whereas TV, radio, print, that's not as specific. It's kind of going to a broader place. But like you said, if their audience isn't on social media for that purpose, then it's kind of a no-win on that.
You know what the other thing is I find about why it's important to have that mix is in digital media / social media, the metrics are 1,000 times easier to get. But back in the day, we put a print ad out and we always had to put a code to it, a code and a phone number or a code and an email. And so when you responded to us so that we could measure accurately, we would say, mention the code or put the code in. Well, that's like an extra step for the customer.
Yeah.
Whereas today they click on something, we can measure it. That next step, they go buy a ticket from something we've posted. We just got a measurement. So it's unknowing to them. It doesn't take them an additional step. We're actually not asking the customer base to do any extra work.
Right.
And yet we can get this really good data out of it.
Yeah.
And today, data's king. If you had to pick some of the platforms that you like best, what would you say they are for business driving?
It really depends on the business where they should be marketing. If you are more of a physical product-based company, I think Instagram works really well just because it's really visual. So if you can take photos of your product, I think that is a great place to put it because that's what Instagram is for. It's for fast scrolling, for captivating images and videos. So that's a great place to be. But if you are more of a B2B company, LinkedIn is a great place. They've taken off tremendously in the last few years. There's 500 million people on LinkedIn now that are all business people. So you're going to get that audience that is like looking to buy. When they go on LinkedIn, they're looking to do business.
So LinkedIn's more of a service, like if you're looking for a service or a job or hiring or something along those lines, LinkedIn's more that platform.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas
you wouldn't go to Instagram to find that.
Instagram's far more visual. What platform do you think is best for just increasing awareness? Forget business for a second, just increasing awareness.
Broad awareness, I would definitely say Facebook, just because it's got the most users on there. Every audience that you can imagine is on Facebook, just because there's so many people on there. And then when it comes to advertising, like I said earlier, you can target specific people, specific groups based on their interest, location, jobs, all that. I think Facebook is your safest broad awareness.
If you were going to, Megan, were going to have a new client starting and they said, we want to get on social media, what would you say to them as far as here's why I think you should do it and here's where I think you should go? New client, never been on social media before.
The first question I would ask is why? What's your why? Why do you want to be on social media? What is the goal of being on that? And then it's easier to create a plan around them. So if they're like, we just want more brand awareness, or we want to sell more products, or we want to find our ideal clients, that would kind of tailor the strategy around it.
So what's your objective, basically?
Exactly.
So from a digital media standpoint, one of the things that I tend to ask as well, as you know, is what's your objective to whichever client? But I also encourage them to be present in the digital media form, no matter what it is, whether it be Facebook. Generally, we say Facebook right off the bat, right? We're just like, everybody looks at Facebook. So if you're just wanting to have a presence where if someone wants to see if you're a valid company in the digital realm, we always say you need a website that is impactful, that is clean and understandable, and then you need a Facebook page.
Yes.
Because most people, as we know, when they go in for a search, they're going to search you on Facebook or they're going to search for your website.
You can think of social media almost as a portfolio of like who your company is and what you do, because that's where people search for you. As everyone knows, we love to give things away for free. And now that you know why you should be using social media, we want to help you find your voice. It's really important to have this within your messaging because it helps set you apart and make you unique. So we've created a free downloadable called Find Your Voice. It's a brief worksheet that will guide you to come up with your unique voice for your brand. You can find the link within the show notes or drop us an email at hello@teamgenblend.com.
Well, we really appreciate everybody joining us today. Megan, thanks for doing this.
Of course.
And we'll look forward to next time.
Check out Infuze at infusemarketing.com. And our subsidiaries DesignFix, GoPresso, Pixnpost, and Sammy Social. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.